What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Sorry, I had a York peppermint patty a second ago. Kind of misjudged the effect on that. No, I had a great day at work. Had a tough task I've been working on all week. Um, Finally got done today. So, mechanic by trade. So, if you know anything about mechanic vehicle work, I had 5 bolts that were broken on a exhaust manifold because Dodge can't seem to make exhaust manifolds properly. And 3 of them were broken off flush. The other 2 were broken high up, so I had a little bit of thread to grab onto, a little bit of something. But I got most of them out except on Friday, except for the flush ones. That involved some trickery and some welding, and did a little research, and all 3 of them are out now. So hooray! Moving forward. So that means that we're obviously going to go do some tasks. What's up, Zero? How you doing? Good evening to you as well. So we're going to do some tasks that are just going to ruin a great day, right? I got 1 dog and 1 cat, and the cat is the cat that doesn't really like anybody. The one that has to get involved in everything is not in here, and I don't know where he is. Because of the time of the day, once again, Andrew is telling us that we've got a quest line or a side quest to take. But I know all too well. We're in the parts department in a Nissan dealership. God save you, man. And Nissan's not too bad of a company, but yeah, this was a 20-year-old Dodge that broke. They just can't keep them. If layman's terms or real quick explanation, you got 3 different types of metal that heat up at different rates. So somebody's got to give, you know. Anywho, enough about that. It's just gonna make me sad talking about it. So let's talk about Dune stuff. So we got a storm coming. We did not build out in the deep desert because we were transferring servers, so we don't have to worry about that. Let me get this a little closer so I'm a little louder. Um, that would be a normal task for a Monday. We have some Landsrat stuff. This is ridiculous. Man, we need some Harkonnen people. Anywho, I got 12 tasks that I'm banked up on. One good thing about it is even after the weekly reset, those 12 don't just disappear. The only time you run into a problem is when you have 31 to 35 tasks and then it cycles through a day. Why am I keep getting that? That needs to go the hell away. Yeah, but once you have like 31 to 35 and then it cycles to a new day, it's not going to give you 36. Tops out at 35. But if you don't have them all done at the end of the week, be okay. This is a kind of separate thing from the Landsred. This more ties to your XPs. So, you know, you want to get them done, but really started enjoying the fact that I'm not doing them. Nothing against them. It's just sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that, and I'm not gonna. Can't wait to see what server you transferred to. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and show this off. There you go. I'm on the Seleucid Bull, the name of the bar in Arakeen. This is where we went to. We're checking it out. If you transfer to another server, you are stuck there for at least a week because you can't transfer again. Hold on. Want to be in here? It's okay. Have a good time. Just you and me, Oliver? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, right? He will not come over here. He does not do that. He does not respond to communication. He knows his name, and if he's hungry, he'll respond to it, but that's the only time. You can call him, and he'll sometimes do it. But like right now, he's like, "Psst, I'm laying down. I'm comfortable. There's nobody else in this room. Nah, screw you, buddy." Um, yeah, let me show you. If I hit escape and try to transfer, so you can see I've got 5 days and 2 hours before I have this transfer token. So if you go someplace and you don't like it, you're there for a week. I had the benefit of having other players who were scouting different areas. And, instead of, like when I went to Odin, I had to pick my own server, and maybe my base was there, maybe it wasn't. Who knows? What is an open spot? What were the people like? So it was really just, a shot in the dark. Being part of a guild, though, we had people who were able to get there ahead of us, pick out some spots, find some areas, try to find a server and a siege that had enough space for all of us, and worked out pretty well. So if you're in a guild, that's what I would suggest. Send out some scouts like we did. Find out what you think. If you're alone, again, you just pick a spot. It's kind of a roll of the dice. I don't know, but I think if you go to a siege, like you go to a server and you go to a siege and you don't like that siege, you could still bounce between sieges until you plant your base. So you still have options, but let's say you transfer there, you find a spot, you put it down, and it's just full of people that you don't like, that don't work well with you, attitude problems, clashes in personalities, whatever the reason is. You don't like it, you're there for a week. There is a very easy way to deal with that. You can go to this, and you can go to your settings, and you go to display, and right here, show text chat on HUD. If you turn that off and confirm changes, you're not really going to know what kind of people are around. You don't have to worry about it because it's not going to show up. Just don't talk to people. You hear the cat? I hear the cat. We're about to get some company, Oliver. He's asleep. Let me guess. It's Pickle. Hi, Pickle. Yeah. Can we get back to it now? That'd be okay? Thank you. You can come up and say hi to everybody. Yeah, if you turn that off, then you don't see anything. Remove some of it, and then my suggestion would be do your Landsrad task. You could start your own guild so you get access to it and all that, and do whatever you have to do, and mine some resources, go to some safe areas, kind of just tootle around a little bit, and then at the end of that week, you can jet off and go someplace else. But it is a rough world out there, and sometimes things aren't the way they seem. Chat, we'll turn that back on because I rely on that to kind of get a feel for the area. People will betray themselves, but anywho. All right, so the main thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to address this issue. This issue right here and this issue right here. So you might look at that and be like, dude, you don't have any problems, or maybe I'm in a better situation than you are, or I could be in a worse situation, but I can only speak to my situation, and that is I've got a level 3 melee weapon. The Shia has said that I shall never get a scattergun of any worth or value. I got a level 5 Dune Watcher that a guildmate gave me because he knew I used the Dune Watcher. I have a level 3 somewhere, but he got a level 5 one. Was like, yeah, I don't want it. You want it too? I was like, sure, what do you want for it? He's like, nah, you can have it. Another reason to be in a guild. And we just got this gun the triple shot repeating rifle, which everyone says is just super awesome. So we got one, and we're like, oh, cool. So we're going to try it out. Also got a level 3 electric lightning gun. I've never actually shot this. Level 4 Ancient Way. So I've got everything except a level 2. I probably have them. I just don't have them on me. But before we continue the conversation, let's go over here. And I've got the full Forge level 4 set. I bought my set and then I got killed and lost it. And with the dungeons the guild was running when I was scouting, they were able to put this together for me and got me back up on my feet. So thank you guys. I do appreciate that. And so a level 4 complete Forge set, pretty awesome. Haven't pushed the dungeons yet. Where does all this fancy stuff come from? It comes from the dungeons on the Overland map. And I've been in there, but not as much as I should. I'm going to be honest. Sorry, Funcom. I guess I'll lose a sponsorship or something. I don't like them. There's nothing integrally wrong with the dungeon. It's the scaling with difficulty and then reward versus effort. Those are my 2 issues. And my third issue, but my third issue is that each of the dungeons has a couple things that you only get from there. There should be more things that you only get from there. I think usually there's only like 2 or 3 items that are, you could only get this in the lightning, like that experimental lightning gun, you could only get that in the electric dungeon. And the little poison pills can only be from the toxic one, the poison dungeon. There's so many things in this game. Yeah, there's so many items in this game, for gosh sakes, they could put more than one. I know some of these things are only like Landsrad reward type stuff, but still, they could have done that better. In my opinion, it gives us the ability to say, hey, I want this, so then I can run this mission and go do it. And this may not be true, but it's in my opinion, and it's my channel, so I get to do stuff like this. I'm more likely to get the guaranteed drops than I am other things. I got a lot of lightning guns. I got a lot. That's the dungeon I've done the most. I got a lot. A whole lot. I don't know if that's just my terrible RNG, and I will fully admit, I don't remember it, but sometime decades ago, I did something, and I really upset the RNG gods, and they have punished me since. I think when I say that, it angers them even further, because they're like, you know what you did. I'm like, I don't, sir. I'm sorry. Tell me what to do to fix it. But in every game I play, it is terrible. I think the best example I have from that, we're going to have to jump to another game, but playing Destiny, specifically Destiny 1, is how far back we're going. When they opened up the Vault of Glass raid, they had a hand cannon in there called Fatebringer, and it was awesome. And I used to run in that dungeon. I would get a checkpoint just for the Templar, which is where you got the Fatebringer. And every week, everybody in my guild, my clan, we'd all gather together and we would just run it on all 3 of their characters, because there's 3 possible chances for them to get a Fatebringer.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Thank you, Weather Lady. I've run that Templar encounter hundreds and hundreds of times, probably 600 to 700 times, and I only ever got one. I ran it one time with some people, and one guy got it twice, because he got the double drops, because if you did it on regular, you got it, and if you did it on hard, you got better gear. But if you did it on hard, it'd give you the regular stuff too. Yeah, one guy got 2 in the same kill. I only ever got that one. Used the crap. I mean, it was the gun I used the most in that game, at least Destiny 1 version. But so yeah, my RNG is terrible. So the whole point of the whole point of the discussion is I would rather see. You know what? If you want to put all of them as specific rewards, I'm not against that. Um, because
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
one, it gives me a direction. I know that my chances of getting the thing I want, I can go to it, and it gives me a better option of getting that. Even if I don't get it that run, at least I know that it was a better option here than doing something else. Just this. Ooh, I hope so. Um, and number two is if the stuff that I want is in a dungeon that I don't do or don't like to do, I've got to make a choice. I've either got to not want that gear anymore or I need to get better and do it. So I don't know about you guys, but I know me. I will be the kind of person that's like, all right, we're going to get better. We're going to go for it because I want that. Even if I get it and I'm like, oh no, this is sucky, I'd still, you know, I'll go do it. So as we sit here and wait for the sandstorm, I used to think that RNG. I used to think it was me. I thought that on my old siege back on Pellucidar, because it was so low population that like I must be arriving and I'm starting the server off because there's no one else on my siege because I never saw anybody, and I'd always come in and there'd be a sandstorm within a few minutes, and I always thought that that was me like starting a server and it would just pop one in, but there's a bunch of people here. We're active. This is our whole guild's here, so don't tell me that crap. It's me. It hates me. The sand in this game hates me, for God's sakes. But, anywho, back to what I was talking about. The Ford set is nice, mainly for that fire mitigation, and you would think that with the high level of fire mitigation, that old Max here would start doing that fire dungeon, but no, we don't do that. No. Why would we do that? We stay with the electric one. I like the electric one because it's faster to get to the boss, at least in my opinion. I haven't done the other dungeons enough to actually verify that, but from the ones that I've run, it's very easy to get to it. And also, the boss pattern, I pretty much understand it, so we're doing okay. But back to gear, actually back to dungeons. The the fact that we can't target so many of the things, that there's only a couple items and they may not even be worth running the dungeon knowing that's the targeted one, I don't like. The other thing I don't like is I don't feel like scaling difficulty is making sense. Um, do a dungeon on level 1 and then do it on level 10 and you notice a significant difference. But that doesn't continue when you do level 20, level 30, or level 40. It seems just like skill XP, how you only need 100 to go from level 1 to level 2, but when you want to go from 90 to 91, you need 500, It doesn't seem right. I don't know if it's a math problem, an equation problem, but what that does is, and you could see this from many Reddit posts, many forum comments, and even other videos, you can do up to level 100 in these dungeons, and most people aren't going past 20 because it's just not worth it. The scaling is so bad that it doesn't have the return rate. So we don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole. Hey, look at that reference. We don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole, but let's say that you go do a dungeon, you got a 20% chance of getting a grade 5 item by doing it level 20. But if you do it on level 30, say you get a 30% chance, right? But if it takes you 30 minutes to get through a level 30, but you can do two 20s in 15 minutes, two chances at 20% is better than one chance at 30. In our heads, we see a bigger number, so we're like, oh, that's awesome. The bigger number, that's the one that wins. It's not. Because if it takes you so long, you get a 30% chance. That also means you have a 70% chance of not getting one. But even though it's an 80% chance in the level 20 dungeon, because you can run it more times, you're getting more possible wins. And that's where the effect comes in. Also, the higher level dungeons, if you die, you're losing some durability. And it's possible that in an attempt to get better gear, you're going to trash the gear you have. So the reward that you get from doing these higher levels, it takes you too long. There's too great of a chance of ruining your stuff. And you're still only getting a 10% better chance of getting the gear you want. Now, I know the concept here. Hold on, let's look at chat. Level 40s are a cap drop rate. They're all learning rotations. They get easier the more you practice. Hey, what's up, Christopher? I would say, yeah, the more you practice. And I know, like, the boss mechanics, like the fire guy, the girl or Masano does the, like on the last stage, does the thing on the ground and sets the whole floor on fire. So you got to have the right belt to keep yourself up in the air. And I know that with the radiation dungeon, that it keeps breaking the holes. So when you're running around, you're stepping in radiation, which is accelerating it. Plus, the ads can get unmanageable if you're not dealing with them. And I know the rotation for getting shocked in the electric room. But yeah, the more you practice anything, the better off you should. Well, I shouldn't say that because sometimes practicing doesn't make you better. But it's just this scaling issue also leads into my biggest gripe with the dungeons is the fact that based off my weapons, it's going to take me X amount of time to kill the boss. And if I do anything wrong at those higher levels, they put me down and I have to start over. Drop some gear durability and let's go at this again. I don't like something that's going to require me to be 100% the entire time. This is a game for me. I'm doing this to relax and have fun. And when I go to work and you want me to be 100%, I understand that. It makes sense. When I go out and fix my own car, I want it done 100% correctly. When I'm playing a Dune Awakening video game, if I decide to just flop on the ground, so be it. And I kind of tend to stay away from the activities that require that because I'm just not personally there. I'm not emotionally there. I'm doing this for fun. I played Call of Duty when it was fun. And then I was not a zombies fan, and Modern Warfare 3 went to the zombies. And it was okay because it was kind of a mix between DMZ and zombies. But then the next iteration was just the round-based zombie thing, which I didn't like. And guess who didn't buy the game? Me, this guy. I don't know if it's a loyalty question, like as soon as Dune Awakening upsets me, we're gonna have to find another thing to stream because I tend not to hang around. So these high level dungeons are not my forte, but it's what I have to do in order to get fancy stuff. Most of the things I've gotten, I'd say maybe 25% at most is from me doing solo runs. Everything else was with groups. And that also kind of ties into the scaling issue. I understand that when I go in by myself versus me and 3 of my friends, that it can't be the same as when I go in myself. Because then, what are 4 people going to do in a thing built for 1? But it seems to me that the scaling is so bad that it makes you not want to go in a big group, and that is terrible. Once you're completely geared up and specced out and just slaying everything in front of you, it's not going to matter. But the journey to that, I think it's a bad idea for a game, especially one that has community concepts, to create situations where it's just not beneficial to play in a group. That's dumb. Don't do that. Playing in a group should always make things better. So I understand that they're going to have to scale it, and I understand it's going to have to be harder. There's going to be more enemies. But this scaling off of a 4-person team, they didn't do that math right. I don't know if there's modifiers they didn't take into consideration or whatever, and that's a very common thing in forum posts and comments and stuff. You'll see people say, do it in groups of 1 or 2. Do it as a duo. Don't ever do 4. Don't even do it as a trio. Yeah, you can get through it, and I've done it in those groups. But it's significantly harder. And also, it tends, when you get up to those higher levels, to require a decent amount of coordination. So a pickup group or just random people will struggle a little more. And then finally, oh man, I had a perfect thought. Now it's just totally gone. I'm old. Give me a second. Let me try to backtrack it. Oh, see? That's all you got to do. The other issue I have is, like, you go into the boss room with 4 people, and it's scaled for 4 people, and when one person goes down, it doesn't change. It's still scaled for 4 people, but there's only 3, and that makes sense. But it was hard to begin with, and now it sucks even more. And when you're the only person drawing aggro, you spend a lot of time in these dungeons sticking and moving. And for me personally, it's not fun. It's something I want to do often. But so we're complete base. Chatter about new permissions exploit, full character spoofing, complete base loss. I saw a thing where they said that if you had stuff set to associate, people could break into your bases, which is no bueno. That is very sad. This game seems like a new exploit every week. I tend to not be too harsh on any game studio for exploits, because some of the things you got to wonder how people figured this out. Like, how did anybody know that this is what would make this happen? And I can't expect them to be 100% on the exploit stuff. But there are some exploits, like, a wall that's just a visual wall, or they didn't water seal their dungeon design so you can actually climb up on top of it, Come on. That I can kind of explain. But also the fact that there's seems to be quite a bit of repetition here. Like, we constantly getting exploits that are doing crazy things in the game. And then they come out with a patch and it re-breaks something they fixed. Not cool. Okay, so we're going to do dungeons because I haven't been doing them, and I need to do them because I want to get the stuff in there. I'm going to go to electric because it's the one that I'm the most familiar with, and I'm on stream, so I don't want to look like a complete ass. But I want to talk about another thing that I've done, which, if you're doing this, I understand why you're doing this, but it's a mistake. You'll notice that none of my stuff is graded or augmented, except this pair of boots somehow. I was very hesitant to put augments on items because they're permanent. So if I stick it on there and think, oh man, I should have done something else, it's too late, and I don't have enough gear that I'm going to be, oh well, no, it's gonna damage my calm, and I'm not going to be real thrilled about it. So I didn't do it. But my thought process, or at least in my head, because it made sense, was, well, you don't know what all the augments are. You don't know what the good ones are. Learn about it and then do it. wait till you start getting the level 5 gear so that you can drop these things on it. And I've had this for a week or 2 or 3, and I still haven't done that. And while you can say, sure, why would you put an augment on a Halley's pick or Halleck's pick? Because it's level 3, wait till you have a level 5. The things that I could be doing if I could augment this and make it a little bit better would definitely make it worth it. The struggles that I have, or the amount of time it's taken me to do some of these dungeons, could be lessened if I just invested into the gear that I already have. I will not invest anything into the scattergun, because that would be kind of accepting my fate as far as I'm concerned with them, and I don't want to do that. So, again, a lack of running dungeons has created kind of a lack of augments. So I don't have many options, but we're going to take a look at what options I do have and see what we can do. So, like I said, I've got a level 3 pick. I love that. I use that often. Let's see. These are all level 1s and these are level 2s. So let's see what level 3s I have managed to collect. That's not going to help a melee, but look at this. So I could put... reduces the stamina cost to attack, but increases the cost to block. So this does the same thing. It reduces the block. But this... Okay, yeah, I get you. Damage adjuster. Increases stamina cost to block. Boy, it's like one step forward, one step back, right? Reduces this... Okay. Oh, they're the same thing, that's why. So, we're going to put some stuff on some of our gear here. I'm thinking, since I got 2 of these, we will put some flexi coating and get a little bit more stamina out of it. And I think we'll do a heavy blade adjuster to get a little bit more damage. So when you have these things, you got to bring them over here. I think what we'll do also is we will drop these on our oh no, wait, we got to go to 4 for our chest pieces. So we can put some level 4 stuff, and I've got some level 5. Missile launcher ain't gonna help. Lasgun ain't gonna help. Blade grip, nah. Heavy caliber upgrade. Kind of nice. Barrel extender. The only thing level 5 I have is my Dune Watcher, and I don't really feel like I need to extend the damage, because I can shoot people that aren't even in rendering. This would be nice, though. It already does a bunch of damage, but I don't know. We'll get back to that. I'll go ahead and bring this over. So I have a couple things that I'm going to put on, and these are just like regular items. When you get a pattern or a schematic, you know, the blue hologrammy one, you have to research it. But the funny thing is like this one, the other one I just did is the same. If you notice right above the hold the F research, it says that it works with an advanced weapon fabricator. That's where I have to go. I don't know, my blue light's on. There we go, much better. So that's where I have to go to make this augment. This isn't the augment. This is just being able to make the augment. It kind of makes sense because it's a weapon. So yeah, a weapon. But here, because this is for armor, it's at the garment fabricator. Excuse me. All right, so we got those. There's 3 of them. Now, because they thought this was a good idea, now we got to go to our fabricators, make the augments, then we got to take them back to put them on. So cool. Here are the ones that we have. So I shall craft you. They're kind of expensive too, you know? Like I'm about to use all of my grade 3 patterns, so I can't do anything else. The rest of this stuff is just kind of, you know, stuff that you're gathering. I'm really low here. I'm not, but I am. I've got some out. Another base. Alright, so we're going to make this. Alright, there we go. We'll go ahead and turn that bad boy off since we're not using it. Now, unfortunately, it's the complete opposite side of the base where my garment fabricators are, so we gotta run all the way over here. And we come in here. And we get some dart-proof latticing. That's good. A little pricey. Oof. We have to go out and get more of this. Now, let's say that I'm not happy with the results of this. Oh well. You know? There's far worse things that could be happening right now. So, why not? You know? Some of these things require some decision making. Like, for instance, I'm going to put one on that just increases the damage. So, you know, cut and dry makes it hurt more. Perfect. Some of them will be like, well, it makes it hurt more, but it's going to cost you a little bit of this, or it's going to make it bigger and more volume. Or, you know, like the ones that we were looking at that you do more damage, but you use more stamina to block. So you got to weigh those, you know, what ends up happening and whether or not it's worth it to you. General settings enable. Alright, so here's my Helix pick. And when oh, what? What am I doing wrong here? It helps to actually pick them up. There we go. So once you pick them up, stop being stupid. Tell me somebody said that. Okay, thankfully nobody was screaming at me telling me I'm stupid to walk away from that. I don't need to go to that machine. I need to come over here. Alright, so now we look at the Helix pick and it says, look, you can put 2 of them on. And I can put 2 of them on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to augment it. Now, this little thing here, it's a -2 durability. As you can see here, my damage is going to go up 16.2%, but my stamina block is going to be more. Right now it's doing 209, so it'll be about 250-ish. I don't know the math, the way they do math, because, okay, so there's a lot of things to consider. You've got, we're just going to simplify this, because I love doing that. Haley's pick, mine does 210, right? And if I put this on, it's going to give it an extra 16.2%. But under the skills and my combat specialization, I got an extra 58%. And under regular skills, you can go with the sword master and you can pick up, you know, long blade damage as an extra 15. I don't know if it just says, here's the base damage, and then here's all the percentages you have, add them up together, and you get that. Because if there's anything like an order where it does base damage, and then it adds in augment damage, and then it adds in skills, there's going to be a difference. The numbers aren't going to come out the same because you're changing the base each time you go through that. So I'm assuming, grain of salt, guys, that it's a all at once. Takes all the possible bonuses you have, adds them together, creates a number, and then it does it off of that. So we're going to see. But it is time for me to apply these. So we're going to get a -2, but that's okay. And then we're going to... Okay, so I'm gaining 10%. I'm getting a 10% penalty for blocking, but then I'm getting an 11.3% reduction. So it goes from a 7. You can see it under the word blade there at the very bottom. It goes from a 7 down to 8 and then back up to 6. So I'm still technically winning. Looks like this guy here is kind of overwriting the negatives on this. Of course, once they're both applied, I don't know, because this goes back to the 209. We'll have to see. This action cannot be undone, sure. That was unexciting, huh? Alright, so we got this one here. We'll go ahead and put this on as well. And there we go. One down. Let's see. We can go ahead and we'll throw this on the chess piece. I don't know that it matters all that much. Ooh, 50% volume. Well, it goes from 2 to 3. Oh, the horror. Well, now I'm not doing it. Just for some dart mitigation, but why not? Makes us better. So, there we go. Now, we are a tad bit stronger. We're at a 7. That's what it ended up coming out. It's the same as what we were. We went from a 7 to an 8 to a 6 to a back to 7. So, broke out. 243 in damage now. So it was 210. Now it's 243, 244. So got some increased damage. Now here's the question. Like 243, is that my base damage now that it's applied? Or is that my base damage plus the modifiers? You don't see damage numbers, so it's real hard to tell. All I see is like a hit marker or a skull, you know. But I'm not going to put anything on the Dune Watcher just because I don't have a whole lot of augments for it. And I just started using this, so I'm not quite sure about what to do here. But we got a couple augments on some armor, and our Halix pick, which is what we use the most when we're fighting out there, are a little bit better. So we're set to go. We have one thing that we're going to do before we head out there. And I have found myself in need of pumps. I have a bunch. I got 38 in this box alone. But I need more. So we want to go get more. And where do we go for pumps? We're going to go say hi to everybody at Sentinel City. First, we're going to talk to Zoe. I think I already bought these from her, though. Spend about 40,000 Solari to buy 15 pumps. Boy, we got flares going off all over the place. These guys really want me to do stuff. Do you still have pumps, Zoe?
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm. She does. I did not buy the pumps. So it's 2,500 per pump. I got the money. So right now the need is outweighing the expense. So thank you, Zoe. I guess tomorrow after the reset, and then every day I could come. I almost look like a masquerade. Yeah. I got a new sword to try out. But it's not a new sword. It's just a little sharper. So, onward to Sentinel City. We're going to do this real quick. We'll head back to the base just to drop off everything we just picked up. And then we're going to go sin too much and do some electrical dungeons. All I have is coffee and some Dr. Pepper Zero. Probably be better to have alcohol. Drink responsibly, kids. He did die, didn't he? Oh, he did die. He just died weirdly. Oh, hey. So these guys are not a good test of how good my sword is, because they'll just die like normal. So I have no idea. I did learn one thing though. Oh, I picked up some light darts for some weird reason. I usually just run past this place because these guys are like super annoying. But I learned that there's a box up here. And we got ourselves 2 pumps. Might as well take that with us, right? And money, money, money. Why not? So I've always missed that box. Be okay. I guess we should kill these guys. When you shoot so poorly, it doesn't even key up his... Oh, dude. It's like he knew. It doesn't even key up his reaction, so... we're gonna have to deal with him. Oh, boy, that was a terrible shot. Okay. So, Dune Watcher's cool because it can still poison them even through their shields. Good on them for seeking cover. Okay, let's just go. Alright, so there's a box up here. But there's no pumps in it. Yes, I'm here, but I'm just getting your pumps. Just leave me alone. So I have been using new skills, which are pretty cool. Never really used this, but that is one of the ways that the exploits are powered. So oh, look at that 9! Hell yeah! Sorry. I'm wondering if they're gonna take them away or make changes to them, sir. And then there's a box over. How? With 3 pumps. It's awesome. I don't want the aluminum. I don't need it, so I'm not gonna grab it. Normally, like I said, I usually grab everything and then dump it later, but these guys are nothing. I mean, that's nothing against them. A little advanced for this area, even before the augments. So. And then there's a box over here. With 2 pumps. Sweet. Yeah, we'll take those. Don't need the fuel cells. This guy is one of the world's worst snipers. I was able to close a whole lot of distance there. Not sure who might be alive in here, but we're going to find out. Whole lot of empty space, unfortunately. Box right here. Oh, I heard talking, so it scared me. Them light attacks sucked. Yeah, that's nothing here. Alright. Box over here. There's 4 in them. We're doing well. How many? Look at us with 44 freaking pump. Oh, wait, we had 15 from Zoe. Still, that's good, and we're not even done yet. So we come up here, but unfortunately we can't get in that door. We have to come out here and kill 2 people. There's one of them. And there's the other. And then the purple band is right here. And now we can get in. Oh, let's go. None in here, but we'll take a sinner's blood bag. I didn't even know that was here. This is a quest chest. There'll be like 50 Solari in it. I always pick it up just to send a message, you know. Oh my gosh. Believe that's it. Now, at this point, depending on what I want to do, if you jump over this, this takes you back out the way you came. If you want to continue on, you got to go this way. Oops. Sometimes I miss. There's a box. Yeah, okay, it's that one. Sometimes I'll miss that one because it's sitting kind of cockeyed. And I don't get to it. So if you follow the steps, you come over to this place. There's usually a couple dudes standing in there. Definitely be at least one more. Or maybe there isn't definitely one more. It's supposed to be 2. I've had 3. Come around here and there's 2 people. Friend dead. And there's a box right over here. Oh, we finally broke our hump streak. And up here leads to, like, the outside world. There's usually a bunch of bad guys. Oh. Should be at least one more. There you are. Oh, good job.
Eyes on target.
I gotta work on just my general parrying. Ooh, good job, dude. I can do it. I just haven't done it often, so I usually would do the just to step back and stab because it's fun. But I need to get better with just the general parrying as well. I've never checked up there. I didn't expect anything to be there, but you know, it could. You never know. I think Mrs. Rabbit just got home. Hey, we got one. Totally worth coming all the way out here. Oh. Yeah, we ended up with one. I asked her the other day if she minded that I were referred to as Mrs. Rabbit, and she says, I don't care. So, Mrs. Rabbit it is. Reggie Spice Container comes from the Landsrad vendor? Yes. If you win and you pick the vehicle, let's take a look. I'm not even sure what our decrees are. Okay, so vehicle import rights. This will give you the sand treads, the dampened treads, and the Regis Spice container. And I think you get a Walker engine as well. And you'll be able to buy parts for vehicles. Like instead of making wings for your ornithopter and stuff like that, you can buy them. But I don't think it's gonna. Damn. It depends on what level vehicle you have, whether or not that's useful. Oh, look at you. I feel like if only one of them... I'm going to try to do the... Oh. Oh, that's right. It poisoned him through it. I was going to try to do the parry thing. Here at the end, this is another... Oh, hi. Yep. There's one box up here. Worth it. Oh, boy, I wasn't expecting that. I'm not going to kill him. Come on, that had to have been it. There it was. It's just like riding a bike, you know? Oh... it's just like riding a bike. Got to get back used to doing it. I haven't done it in so long. And I believe that's it for up here. So now we have to trek our way back, because you can see we're 300 meters away. If you want to, you can just, you know, cross-country this, because if you go back through this way, you're going to have to fight at least the beginning guys are going to respawn, but the chests don't. So, you know, of course. What you can do, though... Come on, man. Thank you.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, okay. It's that one. That one doesn't matter. Ooh. So we always have that pocket thopter. So we'll just take this outside and up and over. We're right down here. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go back and kill some more sandflies, but... we are on a tight time frame here. So what did we end up doing? 64. Not bad. 15 purchased. The rest of them, almost 50. Pumps. Just going through there. That is awesome. It was a very deliberate jumping in. man, we've been going for an hour. The only thing I've done is gone through Sentinel City. Somebody likes to yap. You had a draw in your lands, Rad? That's... I didn't know it could do a draw. Does anybody win? Like... Or... does nobody win? Dude, this is my base. I never missed that. What the hell? Okay, so we're not going to take the time to go through everything. We're just going to come over here and dump box stuff. But I want to talk about something else. I have kind of trimmed this down a little bit. Some of the stuff I was carrying. This I can dump because I don't need that. Where my money went. There's my money. I don't need all of this stuff if I'm going to go do the electric dungeon. I don't need to bring my compactor. I don't need to bring a radiation suit. I don't need to bring salvage metal. I'm not going to need a hand resource scanner or the construction tool. Now, the construction tool is immortal. It doesn't take any damage, but the rest of this stuff will. Well, except for salvage metal. So if I end up getting hurt or die in there and get that durability loss, it's going to show up on all of this stuff. There's no reason to bring it. So we are going to dump that off here and stick everything that we're definitely not going to need. We don't need the base reconstruction tool. We don't need our radiation suit. We're not going to be doing any compacting. We'll go ahead and drop the hand scanner. This is immortal, so it doesn't matter. Won't need this because we're not going to see anything, but I just don't like going anywhere without that, so we'll keep it. And I got a bunch of these, so if it breaks or gets hurt, who cares? I want to bring the electric gun because I might want to try it out a little bit. I don't need the welding wire, but it's not taking up that much space. But this does two things. Number one, it gives me a lot of space, so anything I want to loot in there, I can, and I'll be able to get cool stuff. Anything that I don't want, I can just drop there, and it also saves the durability on some items that I'm not willing to lose. So clean out your inventory, bring lots of heals, drop everything else off. I gotta go talk to Mrs. Rabbit, see how her day went, because she had an exciting day at work. So I'm gonna take 5 minutes because I also need to go to the bathroom. Hopefully the cats will stay here. I could leave the camera on to let the cats see it, but I'm gonna hit the be right back thing. Give me just a few minutes and I'll literally will be right back. Okay, we are right back. She's doing great. So she had a big day today. A little side note with the Be Right Back screen. I actually made that. Um, I didn't make my logo. I paid somebody to do that because they're much better than me and etc. But the whole thing in the middle and then the spinning text, I made all that. Did it with the 3D rendering in DaVinci Resolve, and I was really proud of myself because it's like one of the first animations that I ever made, especially for the channel. Oh, great! We got another storm coming.
Second weather alert.
Yeah, I
A
know.
sandstorm is approaching.
But one thing that people who don't believe space is real and like the moon landing didn't happen and all that stuff, one of the common things they say is that we went to the moon, but now we don't have the technology to do it. I could not make that thing right now. I don't remember anything on how I did it. I thought about redoing it, and I was like, dude, you don't even remember how you made that. Like, I mean, I guess I could figure it out because I figured it out once, but it's gone. I know how to change. Oh, I can't change the music because it's a finished clip. I don't think I have the original clip. It's the way of Atlantis. It's gone. Nobody wins in a draw, huh? Oh, hey, Mitch, I'm sorry. It's interesting, though. Did the board fill up, or were there still options? So one of those things where everybody kind of sat and thought everybody else was going to finish it off? Now we got to wait for the storm. Sounds like there's some fun stuff happening in the world, and here we are playing around in dungeons. Showcase some bases. So off to the dungeons we go. Oh, the last minute dash led you to being even. Well, where am I going? I'm going to the deep desert. Good God. All right, so here we are. This is the electric one. You could tell because of the flashing electric. 152. You like the music? I didn't write it. I paid for it. But thank you. I had another person tell me that the day after watching the stream when I had done the Be Right Back, because I don't always do them, said they heard that song. Man, like I said, I hide the chat so you guys don't see the crazy stuff, but it's going off. That's not something I'm used to. I come from silly little areas. So, eventually, this will work. There we go. See? You just got to complain. So, my advice to you in doing a dungeon is if you're going to do it solo, when you run up there and you select the difficulty, don't just say, well, let me do the strongest one I could possibly do. What you want to do is you want to look at your gear. Now, I'm a little overpowered for what I would consider like a player first coming into all these things. But let me focus on a couple things. Number one, I have 2 guns that are level 3. One I use all the time that I just stuck stuff to, and one that I haven't used at all and want to try out. I've got this crappy little guy who's ungraded, so it's not going to matter. I've got a level 5 and a level 4, and then all of my armor is level 4. So even if I can do really awesome one that I can get level 5 gear and level 5 augments and all this awesome stuff, it's probably not where I belong yet. So I want to focus on what'll get me level 4 augments. Specifically, if I can get these guys caught up to where there's more augments that I can drop onto them to pick up even more bonuses, because that is kind of baby stepping my way through the levels. It goes against towards the same thing of, you know, not biting off more than you can chew, and not trying to not trying to you're looking too far ahead in the future. Worry about the journey there, not just the goal. So let me show you an example of what I mean here, right? We come up to this, and I'm going to hit the button to attune. So it says level 1, right? If I do level 1, it suggests duraluminum gear to do it. Whatever. Enemy health is really reduced. And XP bonus, shield power's down, regeneration's down. You're going to get ungraded stuff most of the time. You might get a grade 1. And you might get a grade 1. Oh, grade 1 augmentations are 100%. So you're definitely going to get some augmentations, but you may not get gear to put it on. I can do up to level 21, right? Shoot, all the way up. Well, nope, sorry. No. Oh, my current max rank is level 21. So you look at this and you're like, oh, this is great. Look, I can get grade 3 stuff, and I got a 50% chance at grade 4 armor, which is what I'm looking for, and 27% chance, basically a quarter of getting level 5s. This would be great. But you got to look over here at this stuff. Like, holy crap. Why am I doing something where the enemy damage is 2,000% increase? Could I do it? Maybe. I don't know. But I don't need to be this fancy tonight. What I need to do is good chances, specifically just for level 4 augments. So we're going to drop this down. And we're watching that, so it keeps going lower and lower here. So, 14 gives me a 35% chance of getting level 4 augments. 13 gives me a 20%. But level 15 gives me 47%. I think we'll do 14, and we're going to bet on this 35 working in our favor. This is actually worse for us than what we have, but grade 4 arm and armor. This might be the better option here. The reason I say that is I got a 35% chance of getting grade 4 armor. That's really not going to help me, but grade 4 guns definitely would. Roughly a 50% chance of getting some level 4 augmentations. I don't really need a whole lot of level 3 augmentations. I think 15 might do it, but I'm not sure if we can survive it. I've done 21 that was in a group, so Tell you what, I haven't been in here for a while. Let's drop this down. 1% chance of a grade 4, not going to work out. So let's do... Let's do 13. 20% chance of getting what we want. Okay. Boop. Hello, projection guy.
Authorized visitor.
A lot of running involved in this one. Before you too crazy. Might as well. Grab healing when you see it, you know? I probably could have ran, but... Hit both buttons. 1 second. You guys be nice. All right. Okay. I think we're good on darts. So this is the first room where bad guys are.
There's someone here. Where's my backup?
Took a lot of stabs. Oh, there you are.
I got you.
All right, flashing light means bad guys are coming in. Dude. Oh my goodness. That's why you use a rapier. Alright, there should be final wave here. I don't know why this melee person does this.
Baby bunnies are leaving.
What's that?
The baby bunnies are leaving.
Found you.
Wanna come say goodbye?
Oh, okay, hold on. That should do it. That should do it. Alright, I'm gonna leave everything running. I get right back. It won't take long. Just gotta say goodbye to some people that were visiting. Hold on. everywhere. Oh, I think she just swore on stream. So there you go. Okay. Oh, how'd you get in here? It's a revolving circus. My God. Oh, my son came to visit and they're leaving. They were supposed to be leaving tomorrow, but they're leaving right now. So, okay. Oh, no, wait. Before we run away, we're breaking our own rule. I'm a little bit concerned, to be honest. Taking a while to kill people. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Because if you go around, this is where you get the band. For the special room there. Thank you. I think it was meant to be. Alright. So these really aren't going to help me. So I'm not going to grab them. This is kind of nice. Kind of what I'm looking for. So we'll go ahead and we'll take that. I can't say no to these. It's really loud. I don't know if it's that loud for you guys. And since we have the space, I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of the stuff. I don't need any of those. And it's really not going to help me. You know what? Waste not, want not. Okay. So we go up here. We turn that thing off. There's a box over here, but I don't think it's going to have anything too exciting. Why not, right? We're in here. Do 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 do. Oh, come on. There we go. That turned off the wires on the floor. You're supposed to go... let me get over here so they don't come back on. You're supposed to go back through, and once you did the thing up in the top, you can walk into that room and go do that. There is a chest in there, but I'm okay not getting it. It's not... I mean, it's a regular chest, so it's not anything special. But yeah, you can just climb on the wall and reach that box and turn it off. You just stick my little paw in there. Okay, so this is the second bad guy room. Same layout. There's going to be a shooting guy that we can see right now, and then a melee dude. Kill them both, and they spawn again. But that third round, there's going to be a heavy gunner that comes out with them. So we got to get technical. Now, what I would normally do in this instance, I'd run in and kill that guy real quick. And just put him down. And then deal with the melee person. But it takes a couple stabs now. And I can't reach him from through this door. So... didn't get it off. Don't think the poison's going to be enough to kill him. But that was. I don't know if I got that one off. It's not going to work, dude. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to come up to the door. This should be the gunner guy. Sorry, gunner lady now. And I have enough time to deal with this douchebag before that person decides to help their friend out. Oh. But this time, it's going to be the melee person. They switch places. Nice dodge, dude. Nice dodge. There we go. That's a problem solved. So now I got the heavy gunner and little douchebag there. That's no bueno. Kind of want them to separate out a little bit. Hear that gun winding up. It's time to go elsewhere, you know. Come on, dude. There. Okay, finally. Alright, so now it's just the heavy gunner, and we can deal with him pretty easily. That's just a mix of in and out, because they, even after you do that, like, cool stab, the heavy stab, penetrating one, they'll still, you know, do their little swinging stuff. Now, there's another secret room type thing. You got to go through all of this stuff, and it gets you into that room back there. There is some schematic stuff in there, but I'm not going to go after. I was going to say I'm not going to go after it right now, but probably should do it. So as you can see, there's like the dual thing. This one down here is spinning the opposite direction, so you don't want to be jumping around. Not the most ideal way to do that. You want to jump over it when that stuff's not over you, so you can get to that little door lock. Or you could just do it the way I do it and just power your way through. Not a whole lot here, but we'll take it. That's not good. I'm critically injured. I'm about to die in this thing. Holy cow. Alright, time for some healing. We're going to do the big fancy one. I want to switch this over because I've only got... well, I got 19. This should be fine, right? We'll go ahead and... can't use another one. Are you serious? Now we're stuck in it. That's not good. I just wanted to show you guys something, not turn this into a damn catastrophe. So, just a matter of not screwing around, going a little quicker. So, you want to come up here, do this. I think that's the last thing I gotta cut. There is a quest. One of the missions would make you come up here and do stuff. Alright, so you got the ouchie floor. And then down here. Oh, nope, I do have to cut more. Trying to leave the game. So excited. And then you do that. Not too much in here, right? So this was the room I was talking about, and if you open up this door, this was where we just had that big fight. So why would we do this? Well, there's this stuff. Might as well take it. Got the crap shocked out of us, so we worked hard for it. I'm going to go ahead real quick, and we're going to switch off with that. And I'll use a couple of these just to get that health back up to where it's supposed to be. There's going to be... Hey, look at that. We got some grade 3s. And some grade 2s. So not really worth coming in here. But if you're going to do it at higher levels... Well, not worth coming in here for what we're trying to do. But it did have value. But yeah, that's it. And then once you open that door, sometimes what you'll do if you're doing this as a group, one person will do all that crazy stuff I just did, and everybody else just kind of waits here at the door. 15 minutes, but we did take a little pincing break. Alright, so here's where the real fun begins. This dingleberry right here. So the issue is... if he kills me, I have to start him all over again. I can do it from right here. But this is where you start getting the gear loss. And where you could potentially start dying. Up until now, it's really not too bad. I was shocking the crap out of myself, but that was just me being silly. The first couple phases for this guy aren't so bad. It's really the third is kind of something. And then the fourth one is where it really gets down to it. I used to use the turret on this guy, which was super fun. But the higher up levels you go, it's just not doing any kind of damage. Yeah, it's free damage, but it's just not much. At least he doesn't have ads, so it's just me and him. But, you know, level 13 now, I've got to stab the crap out of him or shoot him. But we're going to go in here, we're going to do this, and what's the worst that could happen, right? Didn't hit me with that. We're not doing a whole lot of damage, are we? Soon as I did it, I was like, dude, you're gonna get shot. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna kind of run around in a little bit of a circle so he can't target us. We're just waiting for that shield to come back. Alright. Almost. Singing a lot longer than I would like. Gotta be honest. Oh. Alright, so the second verse is kind of the same as the first here. Where it's just going to be rotating now instead of... See how the things are spinning on the wall? But this guy is all about picking your shot, you know? You don't want to mess with him until the time is right. Like, now is a good time. And if you run the white line, you should be able to pretty much stay with the electricity. If you're on the outside edge, you'll run too slow for it, or too fast actually, and you'll then double fast when you're doing the outside or the inside line. All right, shield's back. Let's go get him again. That's pretty slick. Ooh. Don't stand still. Ever. Well, that doesn't make sense. Like I said, you can't stand still, so don't try to heal yourself when your shield's down, because they're just going to kill you then.
Need more ammo. What a shock! Need another mag.
Now we're just waiting for our time to attack. Really thought I was going to get him there. Not going to lie.
Lightning strike again. This will bring you down.
So it looks like I'm doing fine, you know? Like, doing real good, but honestly, this is where it starts causing problems.
Need another mag.
Saw that hit coming, so it's just like, you know what? We'll just let it go. That's gonna hurt. Come on, shield. Thank you. Get healthy and up in the air. So you go clock. Ooh. So what I was going to say is you go clockwise 3 times. Counterclockwise 3 times, I'm sorry. And then after the 3rd time you go back this way. And now it's going to be up. So we'll keep moving.
I'm empty.
And let's get 1 stab in's the best I could do. Hell yeah, almost. Oh, went the wrong way.
Need another mag. You're no match for the machine.
So close. Oh, that was so close. Well, there's some gear damage. Now, what did I lose by dying there? I lost all my money. And I still have this stuff. So, if you do this and it's like, yeah, no, this sucks. I didn't properly assess my skill versus this. Hey, what's up, Chopper? Then at this point, just you didn't have much money with you anyway. You'll still come out with some pattern schematic type stuff. You don't get the super awesome cool rewards, but at this point, then you would just turn around and head back through and leave. You could also spawn at the opening instead of doing the checkpoint. But I'm going to give this another go. Been a bit of a time since I've been in here.
I'm empty.
Another thing that you can do is you could stand right here and get killed, because then your body will be there. You could pick it up. Dude, I need you to knock that off, alright? That was kind of strange. I had the sword out, or my rapier out, but it decided no, I didn't.
Need more ammo.
Nice little 3 shots there. Dangerous to fight him in the center, because that's where you're definitely going to get hit, because no matter which position it's in, the center is always live, you know. Alright, here we go. Yep, too far.
Need another mag.
Almost took that one to the face. That's a little dangerous, though. Is that doing anything to him? Ooh. That's no bueno. Playing around testing a gun. That's the second death. So like I was saying, you could, if you die like right in here, you'll be able to pick up your gear and everything. Although you really, like I said, you haven't lost really all that much.
Stayed away. You've seen too much. Need another mag. Need more ammo.
Alright. Oop. Well, we almost ate that one, didn't we?
Need another mag. What a shocker.
You know that. Oh, I know that was risky, but I wanted the stab. Ah.
Lightning strike.
Get some stamina back before we push him into the next one. Oh my god. Dude. Like I said, I can't heal until... Not feeling it tonight, gents. Not feeling it tonight. Oh, man. Part where we start crashing out. Because I've done this. I did not do 20 by myself. I've done 15. I didn't like it. I definitely did not like 15. I thought dropping to 13 would do a little better. You're hitting with my cutter ray. Alright, douchebag. Miscounted in my head. Let's go, shield. Thank you.
I'm empty. You're no match for the machine. Need more ammo.
The pick actually is doing some decent damage. The poison doesn't do crap to this guy. I mean, I guess a boss not caring about poison damage over time kind of makes sense.
Need another mag.
That's not good.
Gone forever.
Dude, can you get to a spot where I can hurt you, please? I mean, come on, man.
Can't dodge forever. Need more ammo.
It's usually very bad stuff happens when you get knocked up on the wall like I just did. So it actually kind of makes sense that I was almost killed.
Lightning strikes again. Commence overcurrent influx. Can't dodge forever.
He is right. I cannot dodge forever.
I'm empty.
Alright. And I can't capitalize on it because my stamina is gone.
Need another mag.
Alright, so we're just going to kind of calm down, let things reset themselves. Alright, we're going to get some stabs in here. Nope.
Need more ammo. What a shocker.
Oh, that's horrible. That was close. Come on, shield.
Need more ammo. You're no match for the machine.
Alright, so...
Need another mag. Can't dodge forever.
They do their suspensor blasts and shit like that. They do that way too much.
What a shocker. I'm empty.
That's pretty close to biting it right there. So, yeah. You make... Oh, thanks for the shield. You make one mistake and you're dead. And this is just a level 13. I'm severely out of practice for this, but at this point, it pisses me off. Like, why am I doing this? Just for, you know, just for gear that, what? And this isn't even like high level stuff. And then they wonder why people find exploits and glitch into these things. So, I think we're going to leave. We're right about the 2-hour mark. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm getting some durability loss. My shield's okay. My suspensor's hurting. And I don't have a second one. So, yeah, there we go. Sucks. And this isn't even the level of rewards that I really should be working for. I should be doing this at much higher. But it takes me long to get into the swing of it, and by the time I'm into the swing of it, I'm irritated as shit. He's just going to kill me in one time. I got, yeah, unaugmented, but level 4 armor. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to quit here. It'd be really cool to go get the body stuff. Like I said, if you could die right here, then you'd be able to collect everything. But the question also is it worth going back in there just to come over here and let this dingleberry kill me to go at it again? I don't know. I think maybe tone it down a little bit, go after some more augments. But I need level 4 augments, so it's just where I'm supposed to be. Not all that fun. I don't like that type of guy. He has Mordor vibes. Yep. So we're going to spend some more time in the dungeons, especially this coming week. I don't plan on going to the deep desert for mining or anything like that. And this is my latest problem, is I need to start getting way better at these dungeons. This one irritates the crap out of me. I really don't like the fire one. The poison one's okay. I do like the dark one. That one I actually have fun in. This is not fun for me, walking around in a circle. It's a little too Dark Souls for me. Dark Souls is an incredibly challenging game until you learn how to dodge. Once you learn how to dodge, that's 90% of the game. It's just dodging. And after a while, you're like, cool. Just going to dodge while you swing your big giant halberd or whatever. But yeah, anyway. So we're going to call it here. Hope you enjoyed my misery. But I'll keep you posted as to what kind of gear we get. And I will be back on again on Wednesday. Probably right here. Or maybe the dark one. Like I said, I like that one a little more. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to call it here. And I got some other stuff to do. I think my family hasn't quite left yet, so I'll go see them. But otherwise, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share. Those things help the channel out. I'll keep you posted on how the new digs and the new home are doing and where we stand on this douchebag right here. But until then, I will see you out there. Take care.